Hey, I'm coming to you from the town of Luray. I'm actually at the northern edge of Luray. As you can see behind me, there's a Civil War trail sign here. So you know I found that. I've been here plenty of times. But I'm going to talk to you about a little bit of what happened here in the town. There's several pieces of history here in the little town of Luray. But like I said, I'm in the Greenway Park. It's on the northern edge of town. There's actually a Civil War battle here that occurs. It's called the Battle of Yager's Mill. Now this battle is going to occur after the Battle of Fisher's Hill. What ends up happening is in September of 1864, Philip Sheridan is starting his Shenandoah Valley campaign, which will ultimately lead to the burning of the Shenandoah Valley. Sheridan has won the Battle of Third Winchester and also the Battle at Fisher's Hill. Prior to the Battle of Fisher's Hill, he is going to detach two cavalry divisions under Alfred Tolbert to move here into the Page Valley. And those two divisions are actually going to fight a very sharp battle at Milford, also known as present-day Overall, Virginia, which is up on the Warren County-Page County line. The Union troops are not going to be successful. They're not going to be able to break through those lines. So it's going to be a defeat for the Union Army at that battle. However, upon learning on September 24th of the Battle of Fisher's Hill and the defeat of the Confederate Army that they're going to be pulling back, Tolbert is going to push on through as fast as he can here to Luray. He wants to get to Luray. It's kind of the hub of Page County. So he's going to catch up to the remnants of the Confederate cavalry here under Colonel William H. Payne. Now, Payne is going to be attacked by General George Armstrong Custer and Colonel Charles R. Lowell, Jr. Payne's brigade, with two Federal brigades and artillery, he's badly outnumbered. He's going to retreat to Honeyville before moving on to Port Republic. Tolbert is then going to continue across the Massanutten Mountain, but he's too late to cut off the Confederates' retreat. And years after the war, as a matter of fact, Sheridan actually recollects that he can never account satisfactorily for Tolbert's failure. So Tolbert didn't move fast enough for Sheridan. So that's just a neat little cavalry skirmish, but I'm going to let you look around. As you can see, there's nothing left of the battlefield. This is where it occurred. It's just a cavalry battle. There's a few other things here. In June of 1862, you're going to have Union cavalry again coming. This is actually before this battle. Obviously, this battle is in 1864. But in June of 62, you're going to have Union cavalry come down, and they're going to fight a small little engagement here outside of Luray. Now, what they're doing is they're trying to find Stonewall Jackson. At this time, Jackson, it's the end of his Shenandoah Valley campaign. He's just won the battles of Cross Keys and Port Republic on June 8th and 9th, respectively, in the lower part of the upper part, if you're from the Shenandoah Valley, but in Rockingham County. So what's going to happen is the cavalry's going to come down here and they're looking for Jackson. They need to find where he is. So Jackson has always mislead, mystify, and surprise his enemy. Jackson's already moved across the mountain. He's down in Richmond. He's on his way to Richmond to join Robert E. Lee for the 7 Days campaign. So that's just a little more history here at Page County and Luray. And actually, across from the Greenway, it's called the Ruffner House. You can barely see it through the trees there. But that house has some Civil War history as well. It's a Civil War house, era house. It's, I believe, if I remember correctly, a couple of Mosby's Rangers grew up there. Ended up, that's where they grew up. So pretty famous guys there. There are two Confederate monuments here in Luray. And you have a lot of other things that happen here in Luray. There are several mills in Luray that get burned when Sheridan does his retrograde movement back down the valley. Again, if you're from the valley, toward Winchester is down the valley, toward Harrisonburg is up the valley. So when he does his retrograde movement, a lot of the mills here in Luray are going to get burned. Now there's a place here in the Shenandoah Valley. We have a couple. You have the Shenandoah Valley, the Page Valley, and Fort Valley. The difference is they're just little valleys within the big valley. Shenandoah Valley being the overall valley. Really, the only thing unaffected during the burning would be Fort Valley. a lot of the Union troops, including Sheridan, didn't even know it was there. So these, the farmers there had no clue. But this is part of the 1864 campaign, Sheridan's 1864 campaign here in the valley. And we're just in the little town of Luray. I encourage you to come on out. There's a few things here. They've got a nice walk here. I believe I've added it's like 3.75 miles, 4 miles, something like that. If you walk the entire thing. But there's just a lot of Civil War history here. Again, the Battle of Yager's Mill, neat little cavalry battle. And then you have, Stonewall Jackson again pops up here in the valley. Thank you for watching.